Mr. President, allow me to conclude by calling the women to continue fighting, because right now the enemy has drawn the battle lines. People power. Our power. Mr. President, I took so much of your time. Please allow me to give you a microphone back.
People power. Our power. You'll permit me move a little bit closer to you, brothers and sisters. Now, I'm very glad that I'm here physically. I met so many people, I've been speaking to so many people before I was able to escape Uganda, and many of them did not believe that I was the one.
Yes, all right. Osobola ogamba ate munaye kabadde kabanga kawanvumuko okuva His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu lwe yasembayo okubanga ate ayingirira town hall meetings nga zino okusisinkana ku benjawulo bababeere nga ate bayisawo ku revolutionary messages oba ate munange ajja beera atambuzanga engagement singa zino musajja mukulu zo nsobola okugamba nti azijjumbidde era abenjawulo azenga abategeeza ekiddako era ate munaye mu gye yasembayo okubanga yayogera embaasi erabidde yali side ze New York eri yavaayo nabeera nga ategeeza anti ekyamazima the struggle is far away from over era ate munange wonna wakomerawo the destination is Kampala at the city of Uganda byali bigambo bye His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu kale no mukaseera kano nkwetikidde tu yavuddeyo olunaku lwajjo nabeera nga ate munange still wayisawo ensonga semasonga zogenda okubanga wekanya bigambo nga bwebimanya ate munange talina biwoomu eri gavumenti eri mu buyinza gattako nagikulembera oba gwosobola okubanga oyita General Museveni mu busungu oba mu bukambwe obw'ekitalo yabadde ate munange nga ayisawo bubaka bwogenda okubeera ate munange nga wekanya video osanidde kubanga oyilikinga oba ate munange osanidde kubanga ogikona mu kigalo esobola okubanga etambula benjawulo basobola okubanga ate bekanyako bulungi ku bubaka nga buno bwenkwetikira ku mukutu gagadde ekyenjawulo ekyabaddewo nti ate munange yabuziddwamuko ne ku bibuuzo kwegamba ngenda kuba nkuwa sessions 2 ez'okuba ate munange yatuwadde speech eyiye agattako n'ebibuuzo ate munange ebyamubuuziddwa abo ababadde mu holo nga bawuliriza ensonga semasonga nga bategeeza ki ekiddako oba ate munange ekitambulira mu struggle ku kiki ekigenda okubanga kidda ku ludda lwagamba ate munange lwabba bubbi kalulu ate lwakawangula mu mazima na bwenkanya ensonga ogenda kubozekanya wabula katono nnyo nga sinaba kubanga ate munange mbakugirawo ogenda kusooka onzikirize nkuyisizeeko lumu ate munange Sheikh Ashraf Dembe akwegamba ate munange ensonga obeere nga ozekanya mu bulambalamba akutegeeza nti musaale nnyo mu mbeera okubanga ate munange yaleese hot package erimmwe mwenna ate munange ababadde bebuuza nti ensonga zitambula zitya ku ludda lweno akutegeeza nti munange gwe wenna asumbuyibwa ebizibu ebyenjawulo ate munange endwadde zikwesibyeko kwegamba obwavu bukwesibyeko abaana balemereddwa n'okubanga badda ku ssomero Sheikh Ashraf Dembe akutegeeza ate munange ensonga ezikubanga azigonjoola asomaddwa kitabo kitukuvu kulani kyakozesa obulamu nabeera nga ate munange abuzza mu nteeko obuzibu byonna byolina akugamba nti mukooneko bukoonyi toganja toweebwa sente zikuyita mu ngalo byonna aze kubanga ate munange abijjawo ekyenjawulo kyalina ategeeza ate munange newoba olubwe lwa ggwanga gwe mukooneko bukoonyi ku namba y'essimu edduwa agenda kuba agikuweereza ate munange angeriko n'akabaani oba ngeriko n'obumansuka osobole kubanga weyagala bweyagazi bangi mubadde mubuuza ennamba ye nga bw'ogiraba ate munange esembyeko 11 ku screen yo nsobola kugamba ate munange kuba okuba kwakokka ate okuba kuyaba fere wabula ate akuba kuya Sheikh Ashraf yekka asooka abeere nga akusomera ku ddwa obulamu asobole okubanga abuzza mu nteeko nzikiriza akatono nnyo nsooke nkugireko ku nsonga ezitambulidde ku ludda lweno His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu ye nsobola kugamba ate munange message agituusizza gy'osobola okubanga oyita revolutionary message kambikuwe osooka abeera ate munange ng'obyekkanya ojje twengere okunagalira mu butongole
abalungi abatuwuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tukyaddeko ewa Sheikh Ashraf Dembe
sebo nsanyusa okubalaba amannya agange yeze Sheikh Ashraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde tumusomereddwa tumuwa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulomba edduwa abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombera edduwa ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amannya ge naye ng'ali wala neetaase ennamba yange yeeno eri 0701763711 nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku dduwa ng'olina ebizibu viza zibuze amaka gakolongotana sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amannya go ebyo byokka bijja kummala nja kukulombera edduwa ojja kutereera olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa eyawamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Salaamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Earlier on, I met an elderly lady together with her husband. I will not tell you the name. And she was crying, thanking God that I'm still alive. But I told her, don't cry for me. Cry for the people that are there. I was able to make it out. But so many of our brothers and sisters are there. That God helped me to escape. It was not for my own comfort. It was to further the struggle and to shine a light on the plight of those that are still there. Now, I know that many of you are from Uganda and you understand at least the biggest local language, Luganda. Mandela taught us that when you want to speak to the minds of people, you speak a language they understand. But when you want to speak to the hearts of people, you speak their mother tongue. I saw Brother Ken trying to translate for our sister from Kenya, and I want to request you that whenever I switch to Luganda, you translate to them. Banange nsanyuse nnyo balaba. Nsanyuse nnyo. Madde mbagamba nti ensonga lwaki nfuba okutuuka everywhere. Isubakakasa nti nkyali mulamu nti saapowa. Manyi nti bannaffe bangi e Uganda batulaba. Nabo njagala bandabe bamanye nti saakola ki? Nti nkyali gu? Aha. Friends, we had an election on the 15th of January. All of you followed. But prior to that election, many were actually arguing, said, Bobby, we went to an election in 2021, which was very aptly documented. There's a documentary to the same. It was turned into a military operation. Then why are we going into another election? I told them, together with the team, that we are going into this election, not that we know that Byabakama, Museveni's appointed chairperson of the Electoral Commission, is going to announce us winners. But we are going into this election to get whatever is to get there. That is the legitimacy. The reason why the regime in Uganda, the reason why this spoiled son of Museveni was looking for me to kill me is because they cannot do without, they cannot do with the shame that they have. They have zero legitimacy. They know that the people of Uganda elected a leader, and they know that they are there illegitimately. But I'm not here just to speak about the politics. I'm not here to speak about my presidency. I've said it before. I want to say it again, that I am not dying to be president, but I'm dying to be free and to see my country free. Because when we have that freedom, then we can have many of you talented, qualified men and women, especially the young men and the young women of Uganda that are scattered all over the world because the country does not provide what they deserve. I've said it many times before, that we are first world brains stuck in a third world country. I see many of you, there's a brother there that I always see on social media, making very, very, very smart commentation, but he's stuck in a country that is not his. In a country that benefits from his qualities, from his talents, like many of you, which we must change. Museveni came to power when I was only 40 years. When I was only 4 years. 40 years later, I'm very soon becoming a grandfather. That means for me and my generation, he has stolen away all our productive years. He did that to our grandparents. He did that to our parents. Now he has done that to us and to our young brothers and sisters. And if we don't change this, he's going to do that to our children and our grandchildren. That is why we rise to the occasion. The last time I was here, I'd come to perform. Maybe if I was still living in that life, we would be here drinking our beer and dancing the day or evening away. But I'll tell you something. One military general met us at a party with my friends. That was somewhere in 2016. That's one of the many things that challenged me to rise to the occasion and contribute to the betterment of my country. That was a time when there was a fight in Chisangani. He told us You young people of Uganda are like the Congolese. When we were going to Congo to rob them of their gold, of their timber, we would pass the young Congolese in bars dancing to Dombolo ya Solo as we rob and plunder their country. And now you young Ugandans are here dancing the night away, drinking the night away while your future is being stolen. That provoked my thought. And to all of you today, especially the young people that are here in this room and are watching us online elsewhere in the world, I want you to know, like we've been taught before, that every generation has a duty to prepare for the next generation. I always love to quote these people that came before us, because everything that we are doing has been done before. There's a guy called Frantz Fanon. He said, every generation out of deep reflection must discover its cause and then choose to betray it or pursue it. I have no doubt that all of you here have discovered your cause. You are in this country. This is not where you belong. You belong in Africa. You know you cannot be accepted enough here. You cannot be loved enough here. That alone should have made you discover your cause. So I know you've discovered your mission in life. Now it is up to you to either pursue it or betray it. But I'm encouraged that you are in this room not to listen to Bobi Wine music, not to dance the night away, but to be challenged. I know all of you came here not expecting good words from me. I know many of you came here to hear sad stories, because mine and my wife's is a sad story. My country's story is a sad story. But you left your work, you gave in your time to come and listen to this sad story, so that together we can be challenged to do better. That alone is a step to the right direction. So I want to ask you that are here today to continue doing whatever you do. Create as much awareness as possible, everywhere, every day, and in every way. As for me and my family, we devoted ourselves to this fight because there's nothing else to do. I'm a proud Muganda man, and among the Baganda we say akugoba yakola chi, yakola gekubo. One that challenges you is the one that shows you the way. I was a successful musician. They banned my music. I looked for a better country, democratically and peacefully. They drove me out of my country, raided my house, humiliated my family, and drove me into what they thought was in exile. Yes, I might be technically in exile, but spiritually and ideologically, I'm not in exile. I'm on a mission. And my next stop is Uganda. I want to tell you, njagalo bagamba, abana-Uganda mwebali, abana-Uganda bagumo, abana-Uganda bali devoted okwedelivaringa mu mbeera eno, kubanga tewali kirala kyakola okujjako okwetaasa mu mbeera eno. Mwena abebeera balaba ku social media, mulaba buli lunaku nti bano abasajja tuzenga tubyogerako, tibawamba ensi yaffe, basooka tuwambako ddembe lyaffe, kati baagala notujjako obutuuze bwaffe. Baleeta ebiteekateeka ng'asobola okusalawo nti tokyali munnayuganda, omugwira ate yayagala okusalawo nti nze munnayuganda siri mu Uganda. Musobola okukkiriza oyo nonsense? Now they are doing as worse as not evicting people, but demolishing people's houses. They come to a so-called wetland, demolish poor people so that the rich foreigner there can enjoy your country in peace. They're turning us into slaves on our own soil, on the soil of our forefathers and foremothers. That we are not going to accept it. We are going to fight with the enemies necessary. Malcolm X has already told us that nobody can turn you into a slave without your permission. We deny Museveni that permission. We must continue to deny them that permission. I'm personally grateful, not just for embracing myself and my family when we come running for our lives, but you have continuously supported the people in the struggle back home. Banange mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala. Musupportinze struggle, musupportinze abaana balwalindira enkyukakyuka. Twali mu campaign eno yona. You funded this campaign. We came to the US. You've housed us, you've fed us. Kati lwaki sifafagane n'akasajja ako? So, maybe I love to make my conversations conversational. Kuba byembagamba mubimanyi. Mbidda mubuzi. I come just to share with you. But I know what you feel is what I feel. What you know is what I know, and even much more. The few months I've been outside my country, I've been watching everything from a bird's eye. From a sky point of view. That shows me that you people in the diaspora, many times, you know things even before we know them. You know what is going on home. You know the murderousness that is happening, especially targeting the women. They are trying to break our back. While I was away, we lost Edith Mufumbiro. Having abducted John Bosco Chibalama, my neighbor, and having him missed for more than 6 years. Now, even the wife was killed under unclear circumstances. Just yesterday, the wife of our missing brother, John Damulira, also died under suspicious circumstances. Does that mean we give up? No. We are not going to give up. Njagalo kibagamba wano mu quoting nti olunaku lumu mbadde njogera n'omuzeeyi kumakya n'angamba mwana wange mwe muli bato naye ku mulembe gw'Obote wano twali tetulowooza nti Obote asobola okugwa. Yali muyivu, yali akolagana n'abazungu, yali byonna abirina. Lwakyalo boom nga takyaliko. Ku mulembe gwa Amini twali tetulowooza nti Amini asobola okuvaako, because Idi Amin had everything. He was the most fierce dictator ever in the country. He is no more. What about this senile Museveni that cannot even chase a duck and catch it? So have faith. If there's anything that I want us to leave this room with, I want us to live with faith. I want us to live with hope. I always tell the young people that I speak to, and I want to tell all of you, the young and old present here today, that everything is on our side. The law is on our side. Because they cannot arrest me and convict me. All they can do is brutality, illegal abductions, and murder. So the law is on our side. The people are on our side. That is why they overwhelmingly voted for us. And Museveni switched the results. Neyewe izaffe yenatwalize. Neyewe izaffe yenatuwezize. So the people are on our side. Time is on our side. I mean, look at me. Mtunulira. Apart from murdering us, you think Museveni can outlive you? So time is on our side, but most importantly, the Almighty God is on our side. So have hope, have faith. We might be going through tough times. It might seem impossible. Mandela told us it always seems impossible until it is done. So have faith. Take the first step, and the second step, and the third step. Keep taking the steps in, even if you don't see the entire staircase. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. One day we are going to be free. One day we are going to be in the same venue, only that we are going to be in Uganda. And I will tell you, didn't I tell you? And you will say, you told us. Yachibajukiza. So temugwamu manyi bana ba mama. Mubeere bagumu. Ffe tuli bagumu ate tetusirise, tetutudde. When you see me, I am working. When you don't see me, I am working. The reason why we come to countries like America is that we come to hold them accountable to their truth. We come to hold them accountable to the values that they profess. We come to call out their hypocrisy. Because this is supposed to be the world's biggest democracy. Then how come it is standing shoulder to shoulder with a dictator? If the promise was democracy, let them stand with the democracy. If the promise was human rights, let them stand with human rights. And it will happen. It does not happen as a miracle. There are no miracles. My mother told me God can only do for you what he can do through you. So if we want a miracle, we must push for that miracle. It was not a miracle for David to stone down Goliath. No, he picked that stone, he calculated, then he stoned the right. He should have stoned the leg, and you see, he wouldn't survive. He had to stone the right point on the head. And that's exactly what we are doing. We are continuously pressing the necessary buttons, and we shall not stop. We shall continue doing that. It is painstaking, it is slow, but it will definitely work. There has been evils in the world before. I want to remind you that there was slavery, where the entire world was conniving against black people. When Marcus Garvey stood and said black people must be free, his fellow black people thought it was a joke. Years later, there's no more slavery. But slavery had to be exposed and called out constantly until it fell. There was colonialism. Everybody thought that's the nature of humanity. Some of us have to be subjugated because of the color of our skin. It ended. It didn't end as a miracle. It was called out. It was fought vigorously, and it ended. So we must fight from all different angles. Don't think that because you're not on ground in Uganda, don't think that because you're in the diaspora, your fight is not effective. No, that's a lie. Everyone is equally necessary. Those that are fighting on the ground, the politicians that are making their point in the parliament, the foot soldiers on the ground that are organizing, you that are fighting on the internet, and yes, you that are protesting in the diaspora, everybody is necessary. This is how these vices have always been fought. While the good white people were in Congress making a case against slavery, Harriet Tubman and others were on the slave farms killing those slave masters. So while the congressmen were making a case morally that slavery is immoral, Harriet Tubman was proving to the slave master that slavery is not only immoral, but it is dangerous. So that we must do. On our side, we are non-violent. Petuli non-violent. To go by democracy. But I've said it many times, and I'll say it again, that a time will come, and probably is around the corner, when I will have no more justification to stop those ones that want to free themselves by any means necessary. So let us continue doing what we do. You in the diaspora, whenever there's a demonstration, please join it. It works. People like Museveni feed off the money from the Americans and the Europeans. For a long time, America was giving up to $1 billion to the Uganda government. But until we called it out, it started receding. We must continue calling it out. I can guarantee you one day the US government will disassociate with the evils in Uganda. Yes, it is possible. It is possible. Once upon a time, Mandela was named a terrorist by a British Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. It was until a documentary showing the evil of apartheid was premiered here in America that the US government was embarrassed to associate with apartheid. And when the US government put its hands off apartheid, apartheid fell. When the US government puts its hands off the Museveni dictatorship, that will be a game over. But that is going to take your singular and collective efforts for us to change our country. I can only come here to remind you, but I know that you already know. But we need to always encourage each other, to always motivate each other. And that's exactly what we are doing. As of me, I can only promise you that I will not give up. Do I even have a choice anyway? And please don't give up on the hope. Many people are being silenced. Banji bagenda bagwamu amanyi. Ne bapowa banange temugwamu manyi. Temugwamu manyi.